to the following presentation of the National Football League.
On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. On the other side for the Rams, it's Sean McVay. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first win here at home in Week 2. Set now to wrap up a busy week of football. Happy to have you with us. And, folks, we are underway on Monday Night Primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams offense onto the field led by the 18-year veteran who earned his first NFL MVP last season, Matthew Stafford.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in Week 2.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing is Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Giants offense with their second-year QB leading the way. Now his first full season at the helm, Jackson Dart.
Once he hit the field his rookie season, he brought some true excitement to his team and to his fan base. I love his aggressiveness, but has to learn to protect himself. But this guy, he goes all out on every possession.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here's 2nd and 7. Dart going to look to throw here. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through and drops the front 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Fighting through pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy. You understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Puka Nacua, one of those big-body wide receivers who can leave you in the dust if you guess wrong on a route. First team All-Pro last season, 129 catches, and when the Rams wanted to throw the football, they looked for him first.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, the Rams had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
You talk about this Giant defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run it. This is Blake Corum. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second and 10. Now Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On now, Harrison Mevis for the Rams field goal. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. Now the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The Giants going back to work as you get a look at their offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. These guys trail here in this first half, and now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive. Dart. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Dart going to give to Scatteroo. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the gun, Dart. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Here's Dart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Fights off the defender. And he will have a Giants first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And the Giants first down.
Scatteroo going to run it out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the Rams' 41-yard line.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll start on the ground with Scatteroo. They'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Looking to throw, Dart. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run with Corum to begin the drive. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 98 yards and a score.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Stafford. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll try to jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
A 6-yard pick.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here's Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal.
McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call. Then they get it wrong.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. As the visitors head back out, we take a look at the defensive coordinator for the home team. His guys have a first-half lead, all going according to plan so far, as they look to come up with a stop on this next drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. To throw is Dart. That one taken in by Neighbors. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches. 111 for yards and a touchdown.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Throwing, Dart. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. You talk about this Rams defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Jordan Stout now.
Formation for the Giants.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The LA offense ready for this next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Corum now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
Stafford now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. A give to Williams, right. And he is going to lose yardage here. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On the sneak, it's Stafford. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
41-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Off the draw, here's Williams. Evades him at the 10. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Davante Adams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
Point after, right down the middle.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
Rams 10.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. And able to get this out to the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. On play action, here's Dart. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
In motion comes the tight end left. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
Dart from the gun on third down. That is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Calvin Austin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants have got it back to within a score.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Back to throw, Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now Austin. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And possession switching back to the New York Giants. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
13 yards. First down, Giants.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Now Dart. A Throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
In motion, Slayton. An inside run with Scatterby.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Dart from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing his dart. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10.
Rams 10.
That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. It was still more than a minute to go.
Try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now it's Stafford. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
At the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's another Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And his throw is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Stafford.
That one taken in by Whittington.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Stafford. Touchdown! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Honest Nevis for the extra point.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll throw now on the final play.
Looking deep here for Mooney.
And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime here on Monday Night Primetime. It is off to Orlando we go. Here is Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Oh, what a move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. It's a tight football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
At the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw, Dart. Once again, he finds Slayton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, New York.
Now a toss left side for Scatterboom.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw, Dart. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Dart.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
So 15 yards on the face mask. Going to put him all the way up near midfield.
And that's a mistake in the same way that a broken tackle or a missed assignment is a mistake. You've got to be smart enough to know not to get that hand up anywhere close to the face mask because they're going to get you every time.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
2nd and 10.
Give up the middle, Scatterboom.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here's Dart.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 26.
The drive starts with a carry by Corum. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Stafford.
That one taken in by Adams.
And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Williams running left. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this one in for the Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong 1st drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And New York set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting.
Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Throwing, Dart. He'll dump this off to Scatteroo.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
They run with Tyrone Tracy.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton.
Complete to Darius Slayton. A 2-yard gain on the play.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun is Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Scatteroo.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Dart.
And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
44-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play.
3rd down and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Corum. And he is going to have the Rams first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A third quarter now, at a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Stafford now to throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Looking to put a drive together. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run from the gun with Scatterberg.
A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Off the play fake, it's Darty.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them in contract time. But partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
1st down, here's Scatterberg.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw now, Dart. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Brings up 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, here comes Tracy.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
Throwing his Dart. They'll set up the screen to Scatteroo.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Now Dart.
Flushed out right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
11 on the play. And the Giants 1st down.
Dart going to give to Scatteroo.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Giants.
Scatteroo will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
They'll try again.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to throw for it with Dart.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Third down.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Stafford.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
They run. It's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Matthew Stafford. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year.
And the Rams have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Honest Mevis for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 5. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
A nice little juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now out come the Giants.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Scatterby to start the drive.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Dart from the gun on third down.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Rams will They'll go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At about the 32.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Stafford. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Stafford.
That one taken in by Whittington.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
On the return, Austin.
That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
In motion, Slayton.
And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Here's 2nd down.
Boston, the man in motion left.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll come up now. This is second and long. Out of the gun. Here's Dart.
And incomplete on a deep ball. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw. That is caught. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down, Giants.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here.
He's back to throw.
Crossing route, he finds Likely.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
13 yards.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the Rams' 28-yard line.
Back to throw. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
On fourth down, here's Dart.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So second and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
3rd and 8.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Rams, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.